Hello, everybody. It's Mrs. Wernick. I'm going to read you a story called The Passover Mouse. But before I do so, I have to put on my reading glasses. Excuse me just a minute. Much better. Okay. Now, as we read the story, I want you to think about what's different from the beginning of the story to the end of the story. Here we go. The Passover Mouse by Joy Wider. Some of you may have gotten this in PJ Library. Here we go. You see the pictures? Okay. In a quiet village lived a lonely widow. A widow is somebody whose husband has unfortunately died. Named Rivka. Every spring, she prepared her house for Passover. All alone, she scrubbed and polished and swept her tiny cottage. Rivka had to remove all leavened food, or chometz, down to the last breadcrumb. Oh, okay. All alone. That's important. She piled the chometz on the table to be burned in her fireplace the next morning. At sunrise the next day, oh, can you see who's there? Rivka awoke and went to the kitchen to make a cup of tea. Suddenly, a white mouse darted out of its hole. Faster than Rivka could gasp, the mouse dashed up a table leg and climbed the mountain of chometz. At the tip-top, the mouse seized a piece of bread in his mouth. Then it jumped off the table, crumbs everywhere, and Rivka grabbed her broom. "Stop, thief!" The mouse ran into the street. Oh, that's very exciting. Let's see what happens next. There she is with her broom. Rivka rushed out the door, screaming, a mouse took bread out of my house." Everyone in the village had just finished weeks of cleaning for Passover. Now, the runaway mouse could ruin all their hard work. Bread was not allowed in anyone's home during Passover. Because what do we eat during Passover? Matzah! And the holiday would start soon. Menachem, the rabbi's youngest son, tried to catch the white mouse, but the little rodent scampered into the cobbler's house. Soon, the cobbler and his wife rushed out the door screaming, a mouse brought bread into our house." The cobbler shook his finger at Menachem and Rivka. "Now we'll have to search for the chometz yet again." Rivka's face turned red as borscht. Borscht is the soup made out of beets, which are red. Suddenly, a black mouse, that's a different mouse, scurried out of the cobbler's house with a piece of bread in its mouth. Did the black mouse take the bread away from the white mouse? Or did it find another piece of bread in the cobbler's house? Maybe the cobbler and his wife hadn't found all their bread. They all chased the black mouse, but it ran into the matchmaker's house. A matchmaker in the olden days was the person in the village who would arrange who would marry who. We don't have that anymore. Soon, the matchmaker and her children rushed out the door screaming, a mouse brought bread into our house." They scowled at the cobbler's wife, Menachem, and Rivka. "Now we'll have to search for chometz yet again," they scowled. Uh-oh, we have a new character. It's a kitty. By this time, most of the village had come to see what was wrong. Just then, a cat leapt out of the matchmaker's house with a piece of bread in its mouth. "Look!" shouted a yeshiva student. A yeshiva student is a student at the Hebrew Academy where they learn all about being Jewish and study the Torah. The cat must have swallowed the mouse and taken the very same piece of bread that the rodent brought into the house. So says the student. Then they won't have to search for the chametz again, said Menachem. But what if the cat did not swallow the mouse? The bread could still be in the house, cried the butcher. Oy vey, what a dilemma. A great argument arose. Some claimed the homes must be searched again. Others said there was no need. Let's ask the rabbi, Rivka suggested. We do that too when we're confused, huh? The villagers knocked at the rabbi's door. What's all this about? Asked the learned man. Rivka explained what had happened. The Talmud will tell us what to do, said the rabbi. After consulting the book of Jewish laws, the great man said, according to the sages, and the people pressed closer to hear him speak. The matter is undecided. Oh, the crowd moaned. So what do we do? Asked Rivka. The rabbi pulled on his beard. At last he said, to be absolutely sure all the homes invaded by the creatures carrying chametz must be searched again. Oy vey, the matchmaker wailed. There's still so much work to be done before Seder tonight. Oh, it's going to be Seder that night. That's the first night of Passover where you have the big dinner and the round plate with all of those special symbolic items all around it, like parsley and egg and haroset and a bone and all that good stuff, maror, all that good stuff. Okay. Rivka said, I must make the matzah balls and chop the apples and nuts for the haroset, and I only have a short time left to burn the chametz. I'm all alone. How can I finish it before sundown? Menachem stepped forward and said, I'll help you. The cobbler and his wife said, we'll help too. If everyone pitches in, then the work will get done in no time, said Menachem. A blessing on your head, my son. The rabbi turned to the villagers. So, it is agreed. And the villagers called out, yes, we'll help. The rabbi assigned villagers to the homes in question. And I don't know if you can see the page there, but look at, they're all going to work to help out their friends. Okay. All together, they searched Rivka's cottage. They burned the chametz and prepared the festive meal. Rivka was so pleased that she invited her helpers to stay for Seder. Oh, so something is about to change in Rivka's house. When it came time for the 4 questions, Menachem proudly chanted, Ma nishtana. Why is this night different from all the others? Rivka smiled. On all the other nights, her home was empty. But on this night, it overflowed with friends. After retelling the story of Exodus, drinking the 4 cups of wine, and singing joyous songs of freedom, Rivka's visitors finally bade her good night. But before she went to sleep, Rivka remembered one last guest. Who do you think it is? That's right. On this night, even a thief shouldn't go to bed hungry. She left a little matzah for the mousey. Now, my friends. Oh, look, and the mouse shared the matzah with his friends too. In the beginning of the story, Rivka was all alone. And by the end of the story, her house was full of people and joy. Do you think that little mouse thief did her a disservice? Or maybe a favor? It's up for you to decide. Think about it and talk about it with your family from the warmth of your own cozy home. And I am sending you love from my home. Hope you all stay safe and have lots and lots of hope and joy and happiness and giggles. Mwah, my friends. Bye now.